A secret recording of you has been leaked. My dear infant, if you trust in angels, begin this video and watch it absolutely. Angel says a mystery recording of you has been leaked. And what is on it'll surprise every person you recognize. But pay attention carefully, child of mild, this isn't the give up of you. This isn't your downfall. This is not your destruction. That is divine exposure operating to your prefer. It may not experience love it. You may experience shaken. You may sense the ground below you tremble. However, this isn't occurring to break you. That is happening due to the fact the reality has waited long enough. Heaven has sounded the alarm. And this is the moment in which all that changed into hidden involves mild. Yes, the recording exists. Yes, the wrong ears may have heard it. However, before you panic, you want to recognize God allowed it. God noticed it coming. God used it as a part of the plan. Due to the fact what the enemy intended for evil, God is now the usage of for elevation. The idea it might humiliate you. They thought it'd silence you. However, this may be the instant people recognize how an awful lot you had been being watched, manipulated, tested, and provoked. What has been leaked is not only a message, it's evidence. Evidence of the way powerful your presence is. Evidence of ways threatened they were by way of your mild. They had been so obsessed, they recorded you. They accompanied you. They attempted to dig into your life. However, instead of burying you, they by accident found out themselves. This isn't about disgrace. This is about vindication. You aren't being punished. You're being found out. The religious realm is shifting and the whole lot that become carried out in the dark is now being broadcast for divine justice to occur. The girl at the back of this, yes, she became warned. Repeatedly, heaven advised her to prevent looking you. To stop talking your call-in rooms filled with jealousy and deceit. She refused. She could not prevent herself. You lit something in her. You reminded her of what she could never become. She wanted your desire. She couldn't imitate your anointing, so she tried to assassinate your person. But enough is sufficient. The fact is, this mystery recording is a turning factor. It'll turn the whole thing. Before everything, some can be greatly surprised. But not at you, at what turned into completed to you. They will see the manipulation. They may pay attention the tone. They'll sense the envy behind the setup. This was never approximately a slip-up you made. This became about the schedule in the back of it. The smear marketing campaign. The challenge to dim your mild. And now, the entice has been reversed. The plot has been uncovered. This girl will now not conceal at the back of false innocence anymore. I'm doing away with her masks. I am uncovering each faux apology, each sugar-lined lie, each one-half reality she instructed in your name. Due to the fact I noticed you cry after she left your presence. I saw the non-secular attack that accompanied every time she smiled at you. I saw your confusion. You saved asking, why do I feel tired after speaking along with her? Now you recognize. Because she changed into never talking to you, she become collecting evidence. However, now not to help you, to damage you. But what she did not recognize is that the instant she became your existence into a recording, she entered divine judgment. You have been in no way hers to monitor. You were mine. And now that her intentions are now not hidden, I'm able to make her reasons echo so loud, even the demise will listen the deceit. She spoke in mystery, however she may be corrected in public. She whispered lies, however I will shout the fact. And this isn't always pretty much her. That is approximately the cycle you had been trapped in. This is approximately the sample of betrayal you have continued. This is approximately me, God, ultimately lost the door to poisonous loyalty. Due to the fact permits be honest, you noticed the pink flags. You felt the shift. But you kept giving the benefit of the doubt. You kept loving. You saved protecting her photo, even when she did not defend yours. However, now the weight is off you. I, the Lord, have taken it upon myself to reveal the scenario. You do not should protect yourself. The evidence will speak. The recording that become meant to break you may redeem you. Folks who walked away will come return stunned. Those who doubted you will repent. And people who had been secretly rooting to your fall might be silenced. Because my justice isn't delayed. It's far ideal. And it has arrived. You could sense weak right now. But let me talk for your spirit. This moment is holy. This second is sacred. This second is ordained. You have been born to live on exposure. You have been constructed to face up to fire. You are not fragile. You're solid. And this is your very last take a look at before the elevation. You cried for breakthrough. You begged for peace. You asked me to get rid of each foe friend. So I'm doing it. But no longer in a manner you anticipated. I am doing it by turning the Digi-Cameloa back on them. They recorded you, but did not comprehend heaven changed into recording them. Each word. Each scheme. Every purpose. I saw all of it. And now I'm revealing it. Don't be afraid. Do not run. Don't hide. Walk through this moment along with your head held high. Because what is coming is divine advertising. What is coming is spiritual upgrade. What is coming is elevation so huge it will make every assault appearance laughable in contrast. They will say, how did she survive that? And I will say, due to the fact she became included. Because she changed into chosen. Because no weapon shaped against her may want to prosper. This isn't the give up. This is the testimony. You'll tell the tale of ways your enemies uncovered themselves trying to reveal you. You will stand in rooms that when rejected you. You will get hold of invites from locations that after overlooked you. And it's no longer because you fought returned. It is because you stayed pure. You stayed silent whilst you wanted to scream. You stayed gentle while the world expected you to turn bloodless. That sort of person. That kind of spirit. I honor that. And I praise that. This exposure changed into in no way meant to humiliate you. It became intended to sell you. They recorded you due to the fact they sensed your future. They could not articulate it, but they felt the weight of your calling. And it scared them. It precipitated their wounds. So they did what insecure spirits do. They attempted to sabotage. However, your purpose cannot be sabotaged. Your name cannot be erased. Your calling cannot be revoked. I do not trade my mind. And that I do not take lower back the oil I located for your life. That's why she's falling. That is why that is happening now. Because the vintage season is over. The shadow games are finished. The masks are coming off. In case you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you may supply exquisite thanks as much as $100. That is the season where authenticity wins. Where fact trains. In which those who were mocked up would push. Where those who have been lied on lead. That is your bankruptcy. Now not simply of restoration, but of reversal. Each word spoken in opposition to you. It's boomeranging. Each door closed in your face. It's reopening. Every lie that distorted your image. It is unraveling. And the lady who thought she ought to disguise in the back of manipulation. She will face me. She will solution to the non-secular consequences. Because I don't play when it comes to my anointed. Contact no longer my chosen. Talk no damage over my infant. I will defend. I can avenge. I can repair. And I can do it publicly. So wipe your tears. Take a deep breath. Observe what's going on through religious eyes. This is not chaos. It is readability. This is not defeat. It is deliverance. You don't have to explain yourself. Heaven has already issued the decision, not responsible. You're cleared. You're unfastened. And you are being accelerated. There may be nothing they are able to do to forestall it now. The blessing has already been launched. The desire is already surrounding you. The mild is already seen. And soon, anybody will understand. Now not due to the fact you shouted, but due to the fact God discovered. Not because you fought again, however due to the fact heaven fought for you. And that is why they're anxious. That's why they may be scrambling. Because they understand, you did not just live to tell the tale, the exposure. You rose because of it. And the maximum powerful part? The equal individuals who used to whisper approximately you, they may start inquiring for your recommendation. The same ones who laughed. They will need your blessing. Because whilst God prepares a table, He does it in the front of your enemies, not out of cruelty, but to reveal that he constantly knew who you had been, even when others tried to erase it. So don't curse this second. Bless it. Thank me for it. Due to the fact the ache is brief, but the reward is eternal. You are about to walk into rooms that felt impossible. Doors are commencing that nobody can close. And the woman who concept she had the energy to stop you? She'll witness your breakthrough from a distance due to the fact she will be able to no longer have access to your heart. That is the recuperation you prayed for. It simply failed to come wrapped in comfort. It came wrapped in chaos. But even that is holy when I'm the writer. That is your destiny. This is your second. This is your divine reset. And it needed to begin with exposure. So permit it collapse. Let all of it pop out. Due to the fact what stays after the smoke clears might be unshakable. And that's you, unshakable. They leaked your call, your voice, your truth, however they failed to break your soul. They did not take your mild. They didn't damage your destiny. And now, it is time to rise. This message isn't always supposed to scare you. It is meant to awaken you. It isn't supposed to break you. It is meant to construct you. And even though your coronary heart may also pound with the load of what you've got just observed, I need you to recognize something deeper than the fear, more potent than the chaos, louder than the gossip. I am with you. The instant the name of the game came out, the moment that recording observed years it wasn't meant for, I already knew. I saw it earlier than it befell. I organized for it before it changed into conceived. I designed your rescue even while the entice turned into being set. You are not deserted on this moment. You are not exposed and left to bleed alone. I, the Lord your God, stand beside you now. You feel the partitions last in. You experience the whispers crawling through your mind. You sense like the whole thing is crashing, but I want you to breathe. I want you to take into account that this typhoon is not right here to wreck you. It is here to expose the unshakable truth that I, and that I by myself, am your basis. Allow them to talk. Let them replay the audio. Allow them to twist your phrases, take them out of context, use them as weapons. I can flip every dagger right into a doorway. I will turn every rumor right into a revelation. What they meant for harm I will use to elevate you. Nothing is wasted whilst it passes through my hands. Archangel Michael says to you now, do now not panic. You aren't defenseless. Heaven is your protection. You are not on my own. A legion of angels surrounds you, encamps around you like a wall of hearth. There's divine energy surrounding your name. They may recognize a version of your voice, but they do now not recognize your heart. They will assume they have got uncovered something shameful, however all they've finished is shine mild on a lie. The truth will now not be silenced. The truth is what I guard. The reality is what I vindicate. And infant, you have been strolling in reality. Even whilst you have been uncertain, Even when you made mistakes, your coronary heart never intended harm. I see your coronary heart. I see your tears. I see your sleepless nights. Do not be afraid of the publicity. Do now not be frightened of the war of words. I know how much you hate conflict. I understand you'll as an alternative disappear than shield yourself. But you do not have to say a phrase. Heaven is speaking for you. I'm your legal professional. I'm your witness. I'm your decide, your jury, your protecting, and your redeemer. What's on that recording might also sound shocking to others, but to me nothing is surprising. I knew every phrase before it left your lips. I recognize the ache at the back of your voice. I know the pressure you had been beneath. I realize the manipulation you had been fighting. I realize the trauma you were sporting like a heavy cloak over your shoulders. That second didn't define you. I do. You've been below non-secular surveillance, no longer by way of Guy, however by heaven. Each tear counted. Each injustice written. Every betrayal recorded. I recognize who orchestrated this. I realize who smiled in your face while placing traps behind your back. I understand who claimed to be dependable whilst secretly working towards you. I recognize who changed into used by darkness to try to derail your future. However, baby, your future is fireproof. It can't be burned by way of rumors. It can't be destroyed by audio clips. It can't be shaken by using critiques. It is sealed via heaven. It is written in my e-book. And no earthly plan can override what I've declared. Proper now, at the same time as your enemies accumulate in mystery, I am making ready a public desk. At the same time as the voices of mockery attempt to grow louder, I am raising up defenders. Some you don't even recognize. Human beings in places of strength are being moved into position to talk for your behalf. I am aligning hearts, moving atmospheres, preparing blessings that nobody can thieve. However, first, I should display you what's actual. First, I have to reveal what's hidden. First, I must allow this moment of shaking so that the whole thing fake falls away. It hurts, sure. It stings, sure. However, it'll now not kill you. In truth, it'll launch you. The very moment intended to break you will become the turning factor that elevates you into your calling. That is a divine interruption. And in this interruption, I'm able to display you who you are. No longer the version they judged. Now not the voice they distorted. But the soul I created, powerful, anointed, blanketed, and selected. I did no longer region you on this position to shame you. I placed you here to rouse something deeper. You've been playing small for too long. You've been afraid of what human beings assume. You have been trying to please the unblessable. But now, that game is over. You've been uncovered no longer for destruction, however for destiny. You'll now not cover your energy. You will not tiptoe round reality. You will not live in worry of being misunderstood. they think they have gained. They assume they have got humiliated you. But what they don't see is the spiritual earthquake I have already set in motion. They'll have released a recording, however I'm freeing a revelation. They will have dispatched chaos your manner, however I am sending miracles down your path. You've got prayed for transformation. You've prayed for path. You've got asked me to show what's actual. And now it is going on. I am answering your prayer, simply no longer inside the way you anticipated. I'm shaking the floor under false foundations. I am collapsing alliances that were built on pretense. I am removing individuals who by no means had your nice interest at coronary heart. I'm clearing the way for something holy. Do not decrease. Do now not apologize for present. Do not beg for recognition from people who would as an alternative crucify than apprehend. I'm your father. My popularity is enough. My love is unchanging. My plan is sovereign. You are not disqualified. You are not contaminated. You aren't ruined. You're being delicate. This second will bypass. However, what it births in you will stay for all time. You will benefit information. You may gain discernment. You may gain non-secular power that cannot be stolen. Archangel Michael reminds you to appearance up, now not round. Your salvation isn't in man. It isn't in likes, followers, or validation. It is in me. And I have declared you smooth. I have declared you unfastened. I've declared you worthy. The voices of accusation aren't louder than my voice of love. Allow them to listen the recording. Allow them to speculate. Let them dig. All they will find is that you are nonetheless status. All they'll find is that my hand in no way left you. All they will discover is which you are on foot through fireplace and no longer being consumed. I'm doing something new with you. The old season is over. The old styles are damaged. The antique relationships are fading. And that is K. You are not supposed to healthy in which I'm calling you out of. You are not meant to stay where loyalty is conditional. You aren't supposed to serve folks who handiest love the components of you that carry out. I am calling the actual you ahead. The you that has battled in silence. The you that has wept at the back of closed doors. The you that has held ache for your chest like a quiet storm. Which you is about to upward push. Pay attention to me. You aren't completed. You aren't defeated. You aren't what they are saying you're. You are mine. And no recording, no betrayal, no plan of darkness can revoke what I have spoken over your lifestyles. Consider me now. Believe me like never earlier than. Whilst the arena seems like it's collapsing, understand that I'm building something more in its location. While your name is getting used as a device of leisure, realize that heaven is engraving your name on gates of merchandising. I do not waste pain. I do not waste betrayal. I take advantage of it all. Now breathe. exhaled the worry. Inhale my peace. You will be okay. You will upward push from this. You are going to be more potent, wiser, and extra fearless than ever before. And those who try to wreck you should watch as I increase you past what they ever imagined. This is not simply safety, it's instruction. I am getting ready to do something so profound to your life that it will silence each voice of accusation. However, first, I should pull lower back the veil. First, I must allow the darkness to attempt, so my mild can triumph. Do not conceal. Do not run. Don't try to manage what is already in motion. Let me deal with this. Allow me defend you. Let me speak for you. Your silence on this second isn't weak spot. It is power. It's Miles' obedience. It is give up. And surrender is your mystery weapon. Even as others panic, you will stay in peace. Even as others plot, you'll worship. While others expect your breakdown, you may experience leap forward. You're safe. You're protected. You are surrounded with the aid of angels. You're the cherished of the maximum high. Not anything they are saying or do can alternate that.